Philomena Cunk is nothing short of a genius, deep down, and there are loads of iconic quotes from her worth pondering before the release of Cunk on Life. Diane Morgan as Philomena Cunk, who made her debut as the character in the hilarious commentary show Charlie Brooker's Weekly Wipe, which is always a delight to watch. In fact, Philomena's comical segments, one-off specials, and shows like Cunk on Earth are among the best mockumentary TV comedy series ever. The confused and ill-informed presenter hardly ever knows what she's really talking about, although this is a significant part of the character's appeal. The definition of the Cunk surname is a gag in and of itself, highlighting one of the reasons she's so funny. Cunk delves into the mysteries of humanity's past and present across several areas, and with Cunk on Life due to air in January 2025, it's worth revisiting some of her most iconic quotes. 10. The pressure rolls the entire planet back and away from you, giving you the impression that you're moving forward. Which incredibly, you actually are. Cunk on Earth Episode 1. In the beginnings, Diane Morgan as Philomena Cunk explaining the invention of the wheel in Cunk on Earth. The first episode of Cunk on Earth contains a quote that, upon closer analysis, is actually quite deep. Cunk's explanation of the creation of the wheel isn't exactly as thorough as an engaging docuseries about an ancient civilization or a complex history lesson. However, her being wildly incorrect about the wheel rolling the planet back results in something that pushes viewers to self-reflect. Technically, Earth is moving forward, as it's rotating. From a different perspective, though, Cunk's remark is about how someone can feel like they're going backward in life, but as long as their wheel is in motion, they're actually making progress, even if it doesn't feel like it. This is just a silly comment, but the humor in it provides layers as well, although it's unlikely that this thought ever crossed the minds of the original cavemen during the invention of the wheel. 9. Christmas isn't just tinsel and a long Doctor Who. Cunk on Christmas. Diane Morgan as Philomena Cunk frowning at Santa, whose arm is around her, in Cunk on Christmas. Cunk on Christmas is an underrated Christmas TV special, in which Philomena delves into the meaning of the holiday and its religious connections. Of course, the occasion is linked to Christianity, but over the years, Christmas has transcended its origins because of figures like Santa and the festive season's reputation for bringing families together to celebrate. Cunk makes a good point that Christmas isn't just tinsel and a long Doctor Who, as many people's Christmases revolve around things like this. Across the world, but especially in the UK, the airing of a Doctor Who Christmas episode is a prominent event. Interestingly, festive installments of the show are relatively new, as there aren't any Doctor Who Christmas specials from before the 2005 reboot. It's hilarious that Cunk makes this reference, mainly because it's so accurate, but this comment is also very true. Cunk may not seem a typically Christmas-y person, but she does highlight that the day is so much more than decorations and TV. 1 in 20 people have been a victim of crime, which means that 19 out of 20 people are criminals. No wonder we need police. Charlie Brooker's Weekly Wipe, Season 2, Episode 2. Diane Morgan as Philomena Cunk walking down the street in a segment from Charlie Brooker's Weekly Wipe. Black Mirror creator Charlie Brooker is also behind the creation of the Cunk character, and several of her earliest TV appearances are some of her best. There are plenty of brilliant Philomena Cunk segments in Charlie Brooker's Weekly Wipe, but one of her funniest is when she tackles the topic of crime. Although the statistic 19 out of 20 people are criminals makes no sense, the way Cunk delivers this line is still hilarious. What's even funnier, though, is the quick glance over her shoulder as she mutters, "No wonder we need the police," to the camera. However, this comical remark does hold some truth to it. The fact that hundreds of millions of people know what it feels like to experience some form of crime is quite ridiculous. Although this statistic constantly varies, just like the population of Earth, it's still incredibly wild to think about. Can we talk about something a bit more cheerful? Do you like ABBA? Cunk on Earth, Episode 4, Rise of the Machines. Diane Morgan as Philomena Cunk crying during an interview with Professor Jackson in Cunk on Earth. Philomena Cunk says what many often think when discussing a morbid topic in the Cunk on Earth episode Rise of the Machines. While talking to Professor Ashley Jackson from King's College London about the harsh realities of nuclear warheads, Cunk starts to get upset and asks to change the subject to a more cheerful topic by querying, "Do you like ABBA?" The band is behind multiple feel-good anthems that are close to the hearts of many, and there's no doubt that their songs lift the mood.